Hey, everybody, this is your favorite associate dean on the planet. Yes, once again, ringing in with the second edition of our welcome to new faculty. Very privileged and honored to have this opportunity to let everyone know who is in the classroom next door and just how lucky we are, fortunate we are, how our students are extremely fortunate to have the faculty that work for Southern New Hampshire University Global in the Department of Criminal Justice, and it's great to bring people on board, such as Professor Robert Eddy. And I love reading these bios. They're really good. You know what's nice about the bios that I do read in the announcements? They're really personalized. Not just cops anymore, right? Just the people who really care. But anyway, his this is his current. He expects it to be his last career, serving as a senior director of corporate security for a corporation within the Fortune top 10, where he oversees global investigations, contract security, risk assessments, and access control. His teams investigate internal and external fraud and forensic investigations, workplace violence, threats, and oh my gosh, a host of other crimes against the corporation and their employees, as well as global travel, conducting physical security risks, etc. Sounds like a really good gig, and congratulations to you, Professor Robert. But before he joined this private sector position, he had a distinguished career with the Connecticut State Police right down the street, serving in various positions: Polygraph Unit, Internal Affairs, Connecticut's Office of Homeland Security, the ESU, Hostage Crisis Negotiator, Bureau of Criminal Investigations, BCI, and eventually retiring as the state's commanding officer of the Major Crimes CSI Unit. Outstanding. And he's a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, served on active duty for 8 years, many years ago, and serving for the remainder of his career in the military as a federal agent in the U.S. Coast Guard Investigative Services, just retiring in early 2019 from the military. And thank you for your service, naturally, all the way. He's taught criminal justice, homeland security in several areas. As you can read right through that, it's extensive. He has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, a master's in homeland security leadership management from the University of Connecticut. In addition, he's a certified protection professional. That is one tough exam, as is the CFE exam. Professional certified investigator, a PCI, and polygraph examiner. And he belongs to a number of high ranking organizations, as you can see here. So talent plus, absolutely talent plus. Moving on to Professor Matt Solari, who's now in the private sector as well. His childhood dream was to be a cop. And he grew up infatuated, like a lot of us, with Hollywood movies showcasing cops. Movies such as Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, The Police Academy. Now I know I'm getting old. Fueled his childhood passion. This passion brought him to a career in law enforcement. I know he worked for my home agency for some time here in Manchester, New Hampshire. His career covers several areas, including patrol officer, detective, all the way to electronic forensic examiner. And yes, that's my dog barking in the background. But no, anyway, one thing I can honestly say about his career, this is what he's writing, was that it was not what was portrayed on TV. Surprise. His extensive background experience working with various task forces will be an added layer of interest for the course. Technology is his wheelhouse and was a huge interest in while he was a detective. And although he didn't put in his bio in the course, I did find out through the magic of LinkedIn that he's a cyber engineer. So again, blessings, really just galore for our students to have people like Matt, etc., in the classroom. Moving on to Dr. Eric Quarles. And Dr. Eric Quarles has 20 years in law enforcement, both city and federal experience and training in an array of emergency management, anti-terrorism, and cybercrime. One of the main areas of interest or academic interest for him, I should say, is security studies in grand strategy, civil military affairs, and national security decision making. He's been teaching for 5 years, and he's conducting research for academic work that he's going to publish. He says it's boring, but I like it too. And I know that everyone on our staff in our department really does the same. So welcome, Doctor. And I'm so sorry you're a Tampa Bay. Actually, no. You have Tom Brady and Gronkowski now, so good luck to you and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dr. Eric, welcome. Moving on to Professor Angela Raglan Gardner. She first became interested in the field of CJ as a middle schooler who loved to read Nancy Drew novels. Her passion for crime and adventure continued through high school and into college. Currently, she holds a Master of Science degree in law enforcement and corrections. And prior to entering the field of education, she worked with the North Carolina Department of Corrections as a correction correctional officer and as a probation parole officer. And when she's not working, she loves spending time with her family and her animals, like her horse, Captain Morgan. Thank you, Professor Angela Ragland Gardner, and welcome. And last but not least, we have Professor Bo, and hope I say it right, Sakshog. And if I did it wrong, I apologize. But we've got a great bio going in here too. You know, I am just absolutely stupefied by the bios when I read these. Just amazing how many great people come to support the SNHU Global Criminal Justice Student. In 1999, he joined the U.S. Air Force, worked in the Security Forces career field. Thank you for serving. For 12 years, he was deployed 4 times while in the military, and after the military, he was working as an explosion detective canine handler for the United States government, protection national security interests abroad. During his time as a government security professional, he deployed over 30 times to various locations in the Great Middle East. He has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Wright State University, a master's of criminal justice from Boston University, an MBA in global business management from AMU. He's married to a wonderful wife named Sherry for over 3 years. They have 2 dogs, Pongo and Noah. Pongo's the working dog. He's a male lab retriever, and Noah's the pet, a Belgian Malinois. I think that's how you say it. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for welcoming these wonderful people to our great Department of Criminal Justice. This is your favorite associate dean on the planet signing off. Let me know if you need anything. I have your back.